Welcome back to the hottest show in the galaxy. It's the Karen Hunter Show. We're here on SiriusXM Urban View, channel 126. And if you grew up like I did, watching a whole host of movies, she was, you know how there's a soundtrack to your life? Well, this was the movie track to my life, and Sanaa Lathan starred in all of them, from Love and Basketball to The Best Man Holiday, all of that. Let me welcome to the show for the first time, Sanaa Lathan. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. You're doing some stuff.
I love your energy.
Well, you know, I can't claim that I got it from anywhere, but I appreciate you acknowledging that my energy is good because I don't work on it. So you're in a new movie.
Yes.
And I was thinking this must be a modern day play on it because this is heavy.
Yes,
we're talking
very
about
heavy.
Native Son, Richard Wright, Bigger Thomas. It's classic reading. And if you haven't read the book, read the book.
Yes.
How is the movie different from the book?
Well, it's the book is set in 1939. Richard Wright wrote it in 1939, and it's set in the 30s, and about a black boy in America and how the inevitability of his destiny is tied to racism and institutionalized racism. And we bring it up to 2019.
So it's a Bigger Thomas.
It's a
still
Bigger Thomas, and
he's a chauffeur like he was in the book.
Yes, he is.
Does
there
he
are
have-
a couple, remixes.
There has to be.
Yes, there has to be.
Does he have a white girl encounter?
There is.
Okay.
Yes.
So the basic core story is the same.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
we're still dealing with these issues.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different world. It's a completely different world, and yet we all know we're still dealing with the issues.
Tell me about your character.
I play Trudy. I am Bigger's mother, and just like all mothers, she just wants the best for. I know, right?
Now I'm looking at
I
you.
was
I'm like, how's this possible?
I know.
Stop it.
I'm an actress.
They had to gray up their hair and put some fake wrinkles on.
Yeah,
Yes, 'cause you have none.
How how we black women are. So I play his mother, and I just want, just like all mothers, and especially black mothers, there's that extra fear every time he walks out the door because, we know what it's like for black men in America. And she just wants her son she loves him and she wants him to survive and to thrive, and.
I swear I asked you because there was no way possible that you could play Bigger Thomas's mother. And I'm
Well,
I'm messed up.
age-wise, yeah. I
I'm
could.
messed up by that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows how old you are? Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying. Looking at you, you couldn't play anybody's mother, Sanaa Lathan. I'm just saying that you had to act the hell out of this role.
Yeah,
for us to
that's right.
process this. You are also in Twilight Zone, which
Yes.
a lot of people are geeking out about. You
Yes.
in one episode, Jordan Peele's
Yes.
remake of Twilight Zone.
So good. Yeah.
Why did you? Are you a sci-fi geek?
Yeah, I love it all. I used to watch the reruns of Twilight Zone back in the day, and there's some that still are with me to
With the
this
pig
day.
people, with the lady,
pig people,
with the lady that has a regular face.
Yes.
Or the hospital with the doctors. Is that the same one with the pig and they're like operating?
Yes, I like the one with the guy who was like wanted to read and he wanted everybody to die
And he
got
ended up
his
by
wish.
himself, and it was like
and
torture.
His glasses broke, so he couldn't read. Remember that one?
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, yes. So the thing I love about Twilight Zone is that it's it's edge of your seat, thrilling entertainment, but at the same time, at the end of every one, there's kind of a moral question, like about it makes you reflect, makes you think, and Jordan Peele has kind of really kept the bar high, and it's an anthology series. Each episode is a different cast, different
Stands on its
story.
own.
Yeah, stands on its own, and I play Nina Harrison, another mother taking her son to his first day of college, and she has an old camcorder that she discovers when she pushes rewind, it rewinds time. Yes.
I love that.
And so they come, I won't give the story away, but they come into some situations where she actually has to rewind time. And Damson Idris is in it, and it's just really, I'm excited for people to see it.
How did you connect with that role? How did you get into this?
Well, good writing, when a role is on the paper, it's just so exciting for me. Every role requires a different, I have a toolbox.
Do you?
It's
internal.
Yes, an internal toolbox. And so there's no one thing that I do all the time. But for her, what did I do? I don't really like to talk about my process.
Okay, then we
you
won't.
know what?
We won't do that then.
I want to see what people think of it.
Okay.
And the truth is I haven't even seen it yet.
Okay.
But the script is amazing.
Jordan Peele, did you know him before, or did it just come across your agent's desk? Was it one
It
of
was
those?
literally an offer from my agent, and I read it and called my agent. I said, sign me up. He said, wait, you don't want to think about it? I said, nope.
Come on, it's Jordan Peele and it's Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
exactly.
There was a period, and where the movie industry took a dip, and there were a lot of actors, and I just think about Viola Davis, Angela Bassett. You weren't working for a period of time, and it didn't make any damn sense because it was like, how are you guys not working? And then the industry shifted.
It sure did.
And I'm watching now. I watched Nappily Ever After over the holidays when it came out, and Netflix, Hulu, CBS All Access, Amazon. They're all changing the game and making it more possible for people to not just work regularly, but for good content to be out there.
So true.
Talk about this
Well,
new
the
era.
business looks completely different than when I was growing up in it, and I knew all the actors that were working. It was just like a few of us, and I'm so happy. I'm happy for the little babies that get to look at TV right now and see themselves reflected, because when we were coming up, that was very rare. I love that there's all these filmmakers of color, and I just love that there's the platforms that need the content so that we can start reflecting the world that we live in. And so,
when Jordan Peele said, he said, they asked him about casting, and he said, "I will never cast a white man in the lead role." We've seen that movie before, and people.
He did.
He said that, and people were upset, and I'm saying, like, I grew up where
But he did. I mean, well, in Twilight Zone, I guess.
No, but he's talking about his movies. So we talk about Get Out and Us.
I'm sorry.
He said, I don't need a white male lead. We've seen that movie before.
Yep.
People were offended by that, and I'm like, 90% of the movies, 99% of the movies have white male leads, and it's not a disparaging comment about white men.
No, it's not.
It's just to say, don't we want to see other people besides just Idris Elba? He actually can be in every movie. Let me back up. Let me back up a little bit. But you,
I just believe, like, just on a development level, like, when you don't see yourself reflected, it does something to your self-esteem and your self-worth. So imagine all the little children of color who grew up in a world where they never saw themselves reflected. I can't wait to see the little babies who are going to be adults, and they get to see all that beautiful blackness of Black Panther.
Right.
And
or
all
the
of
Asians
stuff,
for the Crazy Rich Asians.
Or any,
Beautiful
I just
movie,
feel like there's going to be a strength that they have that maybe we don't. Who knows what it will be? But
and maybe it'll spark creativity, because if you can see yourself, you can be that.
Yes.
I grew up looking at Little House on the Prairie, Brady Bunch. It's like I could, but we figured out, which probably makes us super. Give us superpowers, because you can imagine yourself on the prairie that you with Pa and them, or you can imagine yourself in that house with those, the father with the man named Brady, and it's. Gives you the imagination to be able to be anything, I guess, as an actor. So so there's
that too.
There's the positive of that. I'm always looking for the silver lining.
Yes,
not really.
Me too. That's good. That's how you stay happy. Just look for the silver. Oh, you're not.
No,
that
I'm
was
not
a
really.
joke.
No, I'm constantly mad about everything. No, but so we're talking with Sanaa Lathan. She's in a new movie that is based on Richard Wright's groundbreaking book, Native Son, and she's also in a Twilight episode, Twilight Zone. Jordan Peele. Did you see Us?
Yes.
You have seen Us. Did you? Okay.
I need to see it again.
Yes. I had a conversation today with a friend of mine, and he unearthed something that I didn't catch.
What?
That the son, was actually tethered. He would switch too.
How?
Child. So.
What do you mean?
Okay. So I went through, spoiler alert. So I should have probably said that first. So I'm like, when? He said, so remember they talked about a fire the year before? And if the other boy was burnt?
Yes.
So the kid couldn't snap on beat because he wasn't from this side.
Oh.
So the year before, because we already know the Lupita character was switched, that was her actual real son.
Oh.
So when the boy was burnt up, remember?
Yes.
And she runs after him.
Yes.
Why would she run after him unless that's her son?
Oh.
And
oh God.
so much
I
to
need to
think
like
about.
bring a pad and a paper.
So we're going to do that. But Jordan is brilliant. I'm like
he really
so
is.
proud of what he's been able to do. And as a biracial guy married to a white woman, he's like one of the blackest people I've seen in Hollywood. how does that work, Sanaa Lathan? What no hell? Okay. So what's next for you? Because I read here that you're in the Cleveland show, which I don't watch. Let me just be honest. I'm a Family Guy person, so I know who Cleveland is.
Yeah.
But I couldn't move over into. So I'm just being honest with you into the Cleveland space.
You can, yeah, they still play, so you can. It's funny.
Okay, and you play Donna Tubbs,
his wife, Donna Tubbs.
So I was saying to you off mic, that cartoon money is some good money. First of all, because you don't have to wear hair and makeup, and you could just.
I'm not
show
complaining, but let's not get it twisted. I would love to get that other money,
the Simpson money, the Simpson money. Shout out to
let's put it out.
Let's get Sanaa Lathan on The Simpsons, because do they have a regular black character on The Simpsons? Y'all need to step your game up, Simpsons. I know everyone's a little yellow and orange or whatever, but we can get a Cleveland show like crossover event and get the Donna Tubbs, and she could leave Cleveland. Look, we could write this.
That's so funny.
Let's
just
show up in
produce
Springfield.
Our own thing, right?
Come on. What happened? Anyway,
that's where it's at. You're developing your own content.
Are you doing that? Because you come from a family of developers.
Absolutely. I have several projects in development right now.
Anyone you could talk about?
No, I'd like to. When it's like a little seed, you just got to keep it protected.
Such a Virgo.
I am a Virgo. What sign are you?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, so we're both Earth.
Right. We
get along.
Yeah, we do. Some of my best friends are Virgo, and I work with a lot of Virgos. It's y'all are grounding in a way that's super annoying, but at the same time,
I know we're annoying.
Super anal, but stuff is right. Things need to be
right. We're always right, but
you're right. Not like the Aries that are wrong, right? Shout out to the Aries. Aries think they right all the time, but they were actually wrong. Y'all actually, you could prove it because you don't like to be wrong so much that you got to be right.
Right. That's so true.
I know. I study this stuff because I got to keep my surroundings tight. All right. So, so you got Native Son. You got the Twilight Zone replay. Did you work with Eartha Kitt on Broadway? When was
my
this?
mother did.
Okay,
so my mother was in the original Alvin Ailey, and she was in the original Timbuktu on Broadway, and she was in the original Wiz. But Eartha Kitt.
Your mom was in the original Wiz?
Yes.
I actually saw that on Broadway.
Then
I was a little kid, way up there
Yeah.
with Hinton Battle.
I was probably there toddling around somewhere backstage.
Wow.
Yes. So the Timbuktu was another big Broadway show, and she Eartha Kitt starred in it, and my mother was in the chorus, and Eartha kind of took my mom under her wing, and so she was kind of like a mentor / good friend to my mom growing up. So
we love Eartha Kitt here on Urban View. Her daughter Kit is actually a friend of the show, and she gave us an image of her mom that we put on a legacy shirt. Because,
I love that.
Yeah, and connected with a charity of hers as well, so that proceeds can go there. Because this woman she had been through so much, but she had such strength of character to be able to
imagine her in that time, a black woman in that. She
not
had
just
to
a
be
black
so
woman,
strong.
but a black woman who looked a certain way. So being pretty was not necessarily a good thing, or being exotic wasn't a good thing, because it left you open to a whole lot of predatory things.
So true. Yep.
So she had to battle that. She had to battle, I'm not white, so she couldn't do the Carol Channing thing.
Yeah. Oh, right. Carol Channing.
Right. She couldn't do that.
I forgot about that.
She couldn't do that. So now she has to, be this coquettish sex kitten.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you can do that. Okay. and then in this white world as well, and then fighting justice, and anyway, I loved Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
And there's a famous video where it's not famous, but someone asked her a question about compromise, and she's like, compromise.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I think I reposted that compromise. Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
All right. So what have you compromised, Sanaa Lathan, in your life?
Oh God, what have I compromised? I don't know if we have enough time.
Oh, really?
To get that deep.
Okay. Why not? We got 10 minutes.
I try not to compromise. I think that with my career, I have had to kind of, it probably doesn't look like that on the outside, but I definitely feel like I have had to be very patient when it comes to, and I still don't feel like I'm there, but to kind of getting the roles that I want, and sometimes they're few and far between. So it's about trying not to compromise, because I do get offers for things that, my mantra is, if I had all the time in the world and all the money in the world, would I still do it? And a lot of times, that's no.
Right.
But sometimes that's hard when you don't know what's in front of you.
The role that, if you had all the time and the money in the world, that you took, that you were happy to take, Which role was that?
I mean, when I finish a role, I kind of just let it go.
Do
You know
you?
what I mean?
So
Yeah, I'm like one of those people. I don't watch things. I'm such, I'm a Virgo, so I'm very picky
critical,
and critical.
Yeah.
People think that we're critical of other people.
No,
We're
it's
actually the
you.
most
Yeah.
critical of ourselves. So for me to watch myself is like a special kind of torture. So definitely, I'm just so thrilled. I did Native Son and Twilight. Did these
Okay,
two
so
things.
you're in the present, in the
I'm
moment,
in the present.
right? Always in the moment.
Yeah.
But do you smell the roses? Because you have a body of work that, as I
Yes.
mentioned, soundtrack, movie track. I mean,
Yes.
loving basketball to this day. It's
Yeah.
got to be in the top 10.
I
Just
love that.
because of everything that it
Yeah.
represented.
Yeah.
It's a love story. There's basketball. Who doesn't love that?
I know.
There's empowerment. There's falling apart, coming back together. It's pretty much a happy
Yeah.
ending.
I am so grateful. I am every day. That's the thing that gets me through is just gratitude. I am so grateful. And for this career, I feel like, I'm living my dream.
But you hate the Hollywood part.
The Hollywood part is very hard.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah.
Like, this is not being
If I could
famous.
just do my acting
Right.
and not even do press or any of
Right.
the business of Hollywood is not, it's like not for the faint of heart. The business side, but the actual like being on set and actually doing the acting thing, I could do that all day long. That's what I love.
The business side is what makes it go. So
exactly,
how do
you have to.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
master that. Which
So
how do you balance? Because you're not a big social media person.
Well, even with the social media, like I have to give myself little breaks and stuff, but I do it, and I do it begrudgingly. Like my publicist is here, and she has to I tell her to push me because I will easily be like, no, this is not what I do. But then I have to do it.
Right, because who's going to go show up to Native Son if you're not talking about it and telling us how exciting it is?
Exactly.
And we're going to watch Twilight Zone whether you talk about it or not. Just letting you know that. But this other stuff,
yes.
it is important. It is a necessary evil. I'm similar in the way that I hate to self-promote. Like, I'd rather...
Yes, just do it,
I'd rather
right?
promote other people, actually.
That's
I'd rather
so
celebrate
me.
what other people are doing than to be like, oh, look at me.
Look at me. Yeah, that is so me. So that's something that I'm always working on.
Okay.
But I'm very grateful every day. I'm so thankful to be able to do what I do.
So last year you ended up in the news in a way that was really weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was very weird. That was weird, and I'm like,
yeah. That's about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's the nonsense we're not going to discuss because every time I discuss it, it becomes
more nonsense. Right.
But the truth is, it's something that I was fortunate enough to have learned early on, since I've been in the business for 20 years, is that like I used to get devastated by rumors when I was in my 20s. Like, and they didn't even have social media.
No, I was going to say.
But like I learned the lesson
trend
quick.
back then.
Right, you couldn't trend, but you could be on the radio.
Right.
People could be arguing. Like I've had people like call my mother and be like, yeah, your daughter's pregnant. And my mom's like, no, she's not. Well, she is. She just didn't tell you. You know what I mean? Like people believe what they hear. People just want to believe what they want to believe. And so I learned, and I used to get devastated. And I had to learn real quick that you got to just let it roll. And it goes with the territory.
Though? It's so absurd and ridiculous that something could take off like that. Yeah. And it's like we're living in even stranger times now. Like, I mean, every day. I feel like it's changing every day. Like when you get on social media and like the outrage or like it's people trending, and it's like it just feels like we're in a new dimension. Like maybe we're in the Twilight Zone. Do you see any end to it? Like I'm hopeful. I wake up every day like, what can I do to make a difference so that we can put goodness? Because there's a lot more energy to try to overcome.
But I think you're doing it. You're doing it. You have a voice, so you just keep it positive.
Yeah.
Because you can be positive or you can be negative. So it's a choice.
Yeah. Yeah. So in your works, because again, you come from a family of people that help people reach their goals. How have you given back, Sanaa? Because I know you aren't going to talk about it unless someone asks. Sanaa Lathan's in the house, by the way.
Well, I have a foundation that It's Sanaa Lathan Foundation, and I partner with organizations that help inner city youth who don't have opportunities. I've done camps for foster girls that build self-esteem and self-worth, and take them through all kinds of programs that just open their minds and give them the possibility of a hope for a future, because they're just kind of, the foster care system is so broken.
Horrific.
Yes. And so that, and then lately I'm a big believer in meditation. And so I have been kind of partnering with organizations that bring meditation into schools. And that's something that right now is so, I think, necessary, is stillness and self-reflection in this world that is so, you're focused on everything outside of yourself. And I think that's what's causing so much anxiety and depression. But I'm a real big believer in that. And so I've been going around to schools and talking to kids and trying to get them to start meditating.
Who introduced you to the meditation yourself for you to want to share that?
I kind of been meditating on and on. I always was curious from the time I was in college. And there's a million different types of meditation. But a couple years ago, like maybe about 5 years ago, I had my best friend died suddenly. She wasn't sick, nothing. And I had a stalker, and I had an extremely stressful year, and I started having panic attacks. And I didn't even know what a panic attack was. And they wanted to put me on that anti-anxiety medication. And I kind of come from a really natural mother who does, we were talking about that earlier. She likes to do the natural way first. And so I looked into meditation, and I swear the day I started meditating, they went away. And
what did you do? What was the actual process?
The actual meditation that I was doing was called TM, Transcendental Meditation. And they do 20 minutes twice a day. And in this particular meditation, it's a mantra, and you repeat it in your head. And if you do research, it changes the brain in real ways. And so, I mean, I could do a whole interview on meditation.
And
but
I think you probably should.
Yeah,
these are the kinds of things, that connect.
Mental health right now for all of us, especially Black people, should be a first priority. And these are tools that, people can use to help keep it that way.
How can people get involved with your foundation?
SanaaLathan.org. And as far as meditation, I'm not pushing any one type. No. I happen to do TM, but I believe that there's benefits. And you can literally Google meditation and find one that works for you, and just try it out.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Listen, I never thought I'd get to meet you, so it's been a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Guys, you got to check out Native Son. It's the remix. Richard Wright's thrilling book is now, Sanaa Lathan's playing the mother of Bigger Thomas. This is going to be amazing.
Yes.
And, of course, The Twilight Zone, which is CBS All Access, I believe, because I have it, and I've been watching it. So there we go. Because I spend my money wisely.
What do you watch on it?
I watch Star Trek. I watch The Good Fight with Cush Jumbo, Audrey McDonald, and Delroy Lind. Oh, my God. Let me tell that I got CBS All Access just for that show, and I never watched The Good Wife because I was like, I don't know.
Do you think I can start and
yeah, I started watching The Good Fight. I watched The Good Fight, and then it made me go back so that I can. Because I never watched the 6 seasons of whatever.
So now you're watching The Good Wife?
I went back and watched it. I binge watched it because I wanted to know how Cush Jumbo got into the mix. But no, it was amazing. It's amazing. So I bought it just for that. And then they put Star Trek on there.
To binge, so maybe I'll.
Good Fight. The Good Fight. Now you got 2 seasons almost. They put them out every week. So you got a whole season, and then you'll probably want to go see The Good Wife.
That sounds good.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Let me thank you for being here.
It's
I'm
pleasure.
amazed. I can't wait to see what's coming next. I know some good stuff.
Thank you.
Check out SanaaLathan.org. Get involved with her, what she's doing, because I know it's from the heart, because she doesn't even want to talk about it, but I know it's real. Thanks for being on the Karen Hunter Show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Family, we'll be right back.